Hello everyone, welcome to the another lecture of environmental studies. In this lecture, we are going to see our unit 4, that is environmental pollution, and our today's topic is prevention of air pollution. To satisfy our topic, we are going to see our CO4 applied techniques to reduce environmental pollution. For that, we are going to see our unit outcome 4I, describe various methods to prevent air pollution and state the standards limiting controlling values of various types of pollution. This environmental studies is common on to production, mechanical, civil and electrical engineering group, and the course code is 22447. So what we will learn today, our learning objective or key takeaways are students will be able to understand the methods of preventing air pollution. Our today's contents are prevention of air pollution and ambient air quality standard. So right here is our concept map. Prevention of air pollution. In that we are going to see how to control pollution at sources, particulate pollution control, gaseous pollution control. Those are the prevention techniques of air pollution. And another one is air quality, ambient air quality standard in India. So let's start our lecture. Prevention of air pollution. Before going to directly the prevention of air pollution, in previous lecture we see what are the different effects of air pollution on the human beings, on the plants, or on the animals, on the marine life, etc. So because of that, it is very important to prevent air pollution, to avoid the effects of global warming, acid rain, ozone layer depletion, etc. So in this lecture, we are going to see the different techniques to prevention air pollution. Why the air is polluted? Air is polluted because of contaminated particles and contaminated gases. It is primary and secondary. Although a large number of pollutants are discharged into atmosphere, their percentage at global level does not very much. This proves that the nature had its own mechanism to remove the pollutants is called as scavenging. What happened? In automobile sector, in industrialization, lots of tons of atmospheric gases that causes pollution are emitted to the atmosphere. But environment has own a mechanism to clean air. It's nothing but the scavenging. When the speed of polluting entering in the air is greater than self-clearing mechanism, the air becomes polluted. How the air pollution happens? Even though there is a scavenging process, when the rate of scavenging process is lesser than the rate of adding pollutants in the air is higher, then the air pollution happens. So since the industrial revolution, people have been polluting the earth like never before. There is rarely a space today that has not been subjected to pollutants in one form or another. That means there is no space on the earth which is free from pollution. There is some kind of pollution, it always happens there. And when this started, when the industrial revolution started, such kind of things going to happen. The key to have a healthier life is to adopt measures that do not pollute air so much, because we all have a role to play when it comes to creating healthy environment for you. When it is possible, when we prevent air pollution or other kind of pollution to live healthier life, because everyone knows living in a pollutant environment, it is causes a high risk. Okay, that's why we need to prevent all kind of pollution. So here is a question arise: how to control air pollution? Because we are saying topic air pollution. The first point is controlling at source. We have to identify different kind of air pollution sources, and we have to controlling the air pollution at the sources. Second one is particulate pollution control. and third one is gaseous pollution control. In this lecture, we see one by one. So first one is controlling at sources. The first point is that source relocation means what? To identify the source where the pollution is happening. Keeping the industrial area away from the residential area. The first one is source relocation. Means what? Everyone knows the industrial area in India is far away from the residential area because of in the industrial area lots of pollution happens. There are a number of factors causing pollutions. That's why we have to relocate our industrial area from the residential area to keep good health of in the residential area. Second one is source shutdown. Pollutant causing hazardous effect should be immediately banned. The factories, the chemical factories or resources which causes huge pollution to the atmosphere, we have to shut down them immediately because it causes hazardous effects on the environment and human. Another one is fuel or energy substitution using environment friendly fuels like CNG, biofuels, biogas, etc. We have to find alternatives. Okay, here we see the CNG, biogas, biofuels also causes the environmental pollution. That's why we have to shift clean energy sources like the electricity or the solar energy to overcome our demands. And this is the big and best alternatives for the controlling different kinds of environmental pollutions. For that, our Indian government is implementing different kinds of plans. That is, they are banned BS4 vehicles in earlier stage. Now, in India, only BS6 vehicles can be set. Good operating participants, good maintenance control driving speed can reduce the pollutant emissions. This terms comes under the automobile sector. Vehicular emission control, regular PVC check, good quality of fuel with oil additives can control vehicle emissions. So those are the some points where we can control the air pollution at the sources. Second one is particulate pollution control. Particulate matter is the sum of all solid and liquid particles suspended in the air, many of which are hazardous. This complex mixture contains, for instance, dust, pollens, soot, smoke, and liquid droplets. This is nothing but the particulate pollution control. There is 5 major groups of process. First one is settling chamber. Second one is inertial separator or cyclone, electrostatic precipitator, baghouse and filter, and last one is wet scrubber. So the prevention, the pollution causes by the particulates, there are the 5 major groups process are stated here to prevention particulates pollution. The first one is settling chamber, another one is inertial separator or cyclone, electrostatic precipitator. What's happening in the process? The dust, pollen, soot, smoke, and liquid droplets are separated by the industrial waste, and because of that, air pollution goes decreases. And another one, let's see how the settling chamber is works. Simplest device collecting dust of size more than 10 micrometer. The settling chamber is used to force the gravity to remove solid particles. The gas stream enters a chamber where the velocity of the gas is reduced. Large particles drop out of the gas and be recollected in hops. So this is our dirty gas enters. This is a chamber like silencer where the clean gas exists. So what's happened in the settling chamber? Because of here we can see the position of that chamber. This position is exactly horizontal. And what's happened due to the gravity? The particles have more weight. They are settled down at the bottom of this chamber. And because of the gravity, the dust hoppers are placed here, and because of the gravity, they collect the dust particles, which are get separated from our dirty gas, and the gas becomes clean gas exist. So this is our settling chamber working functions. Next one is inertial separator or cyclone. Let's see how this works. This process is achieved by sudden change in the direction of the gas flow. The dust particle is spinning in a circular path. As a result, the particle collide with the wall and fall to the bottom of the vessel. So here we can see, here the dirty inlet, here is a gas outlet tube, here is the cyclone body, this conical section, and dirt out is here. When we enter the dirty air through the inlet, it gets spin, and sudden change in its direction, the dust particles are contaminated to the outermost part of the air body, because more the weight, more the centrifugal force acting on them, and then later they are collected through the dirt outlet and clean air goes out. This is the working function of the inertial separator of cyclone. Next one is electrostatic precipitator. Passing the particle ladder gases between high voltage discharge electrodes. Majority of the particles get charged and collect on ground electrodes. At intervals, electrodes are wrapped to or dislodged collected particles from the electrodes, which then fall into hoppers at the bottom of the precipitator. So what's happened here we can see. Here is a high voltage power supply. Particulate laden gas. Here is inlet, here is outlet. Metal collection plates and hoppers. So what's happened here? When the particulate laden flue gas is comes here, they have charge with the help of high voltage power supply. There is two charge, positive charge and negative charge. Suppose the gas is negatively charged, then we can charge positive fields here because of positive negative attraction. The dust particles are stick to the positive plates. When we cut off the supplies, the dust particles collected into the hoppers, and then we can separate them. This is the working of the electrostatic precipitator. The name studies electrostatic. The electrostatic force is used to separate the dust particles in electrostatic precipitator. Next one is baghouse filters. This method is most often used type of device. The fabric fibers or baghouse remove dust from the gas stream by passing the stream through porous fabric. This is the best example of your AC filter in automobile AC filter, air filter, in two-wheeler air filter. It's such kind of air filter is used. Here we can see big back dust air comes in and clean air comes out. Here is a fiber used. Because of that fiber, the dust particles gets collected to the fibers and clean air goes out. Later the dust or hopper is separated and dust. Another example is wet scrubbers. This is a technique to avoid air pollution. Object of the scrubber is to trap the particulate matter in liquid droplet. Water subsequently flows from the bottom of the scrubber. The particles is allowed to settle and clarified water is recirculated. So what's happened here? Exhaust we can emit here. Absorbent solution we can drop here. Absorbent solution, what's happened? Absorbent solution is comes contact with the dust particles and goes down where wastewater is stored. Later we can remove the wastewater, and here we get our clean exhaust gas. This is the working function of wet scrubber. The third point is gaseous pollution control. Gaseous pollutants are controlled by means of three basic techniques: absorption, adsorption, and combustion. So first see, absorption means of concentrate the pollutants in a liquid. Adsorption means of concentrate the pollutants in on solid, and combustion means of direct incineration of pollutants. These techniques can be employed singly or in combination. They are effective against the major greenhouse gases as well. So gaseous pollution control. First process is absorption. The process is selected to remove gaseous pollutants by dissolving into liquid solvent such as a water. So how the process is carried out? Let's see. in yellow color we can see absorber or stripping column, in which liquid is poured and liquid outline is shown, where the gas in and gas outline is shown. This is nothing but the process of absorption. What's happened in the process? The liquid like water is contaminated in the chamber, where the gas is flown through that chamber. The gases pollutants are absorbed by the waters and clean gas is found. This is nothing but the process of absorption. In absorption process, where gases, vapors or liquids are concentrated on a solid surface, the most important absorbent are industrial use today's are Burnside, activated carbon, activated alumina, silica gel. Here we can see how this works. Here our dirty gas in, here is a carbon bed which absorbs the gases pollutants, later the clean gas ins. Here we can get a steam for regeneration and concentrate out after the certain kind of use. So those are the gases pollution controls. And last one is combustion. This method for the removal of volatile organic compounds since they decompose to CO2 and H2O. Here we can see the working principle of that. Here is air inside, here is a fuel bars, here is a catalyst cooling, and here is catalyst reactor. Post catalytic mixture is happens, the air and fuel, later is the combustion is happens, and later the burn gas are out. This is the gases pollution control combustion method. Our another topic is ambient air quality standard. The Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1981 was enacted by the central government with the objective of arresting the deterioration of air quality. It describes the main function of the Central Pollution Board (CPCB) as follows: to advise the central government or any matter concerning the improvement of the quality of the air and the prevention, control and abatement of air pollution, to plan and cause to be executed a nationwide program for the prevention, control and abatement of air pollution, to provide technical assistance and guidance to the State Pollution Control Board, to carry out or sponsor investigations and research related to prevention, control and abatement of air pollution, to collect, compile and publish technical and statistical data related to air pollution and to lay down an annual standard for the quality of the air. When the government established Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1991, those are the some points have to advisory body suggest to the government. Here some standards are set, ambient air quality standards. Here first column we can see pollutants, second one is time weight average and in concentration in ambient air, industrial, residential, rural area and ecology sensitive area. So those are the standards fixed by the government. The first one is we see sulfur dioxide, that is SO2 microgram per meter cube. Time weight average in annual 24 hours. Industrial, residential, rural area we can see 50 to 80 limit is set, and ecological sensitive area there are the limit is set to 20 to 80. Nitrogen oxide for residential area 40 to 80, ecological sensitive area 30 to 80. Here we can see how the standard is maintained for different gases like ammonia, benzene, benzol, arsenic, nickel. Those standards are set. So here in ambient air quality standards, the CPCB publishes the notification from the time to time for the country. The current values have been given its notification for India dated 1994 from Central Office at New Delhi. As per national ambient air quality standards, the levels of the air quality are necessary with an adequate margin of safety to protect the public health, vegetation and property. Whenever and wherever two consecutive values exceed the limit above from the respective category, here we can see the different categories. For example, we can see for the lead, the limits are 0.5 to 1 and 0.5 to 1. It would be considered adequate reason to institute regular continued monitoring and further investigations. The state government, state board shall notify the sensitive and other areas in the respective states within a period of 6 months from the date of notification of national ambient air quality standards. The Central Pollution Board, in exercise of its power conferred under Section 16(2)(h) of the Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1981, 14th of 1981, hereby notify the National Ambient Air Quality Standard with immediate effect. Annual arithmetic mean, the minimum 104 measurement in the air taken twice or 24 hourly at uniform interval. So here we can see for the different pollutants, Indian government set the ambient air quality standards in India. You can see the quality of air in your area with the website weather.com, where we can see the ambient air quality, which is good, it is bad, it is worst at different times. So here we stop. In next lecture we are going to see noise pollution. What are the kind of noise pollution, its introduction, its measures, effects and prevention of the noise pollution. So here we can stop our lecture. We will meet again in next lecture. Okay, thank you.